Recorded live with little or no editing. It's Defense Up. I'm Run 7. How you doing? Today we're going over Jake's without the A defense. We grade on 5 their criteria. It's who you're using, their placement, their power levels, their ISOs, and what kind of mood I'm in. I'm a little bit discombobulated today. I have failed so many times on so many levels today. It's crazy. If you want to know more about those failures, please come to my stream Tuesdays and Thursdays 9 to noon on the West Coast, where you can see some of the behind the scenes stuff that doesn't even make it into the YouTube recycles. But here at Defense Up, we are going to be looking over this Symbiote team number 1, which ain't too shabby. But here's the thing. I want to change on this ISO and this ISO. I think Scream should be Skirmisher and Venom should be a Striker. Venom clears a lot of positive effects. It's very useful. And then as that Striker, and then Scream, you need her to clear stuff too. I just like them that way. Otherwise, everything's good. Placement's fine. Works for me. I can give that team and let's go B. You know what? Let's go A-. Honestly, it's not even worth the ions to change this team. I don't think it's going to affect the outcome. But if you're building this team, and I don't know why you would be building this team at this time because they're not used for anything really, it should be Striker and Skirmisher there. All right, team number 2. The hell is this? Okay, Captain America is military along with Captain Marvel, giving her the extra charge. So there's some synergy there. Captain America with the taunt, kind of like in place of a strife, but that taunt's going to happen a lot later. Somebody might try and come in here for the kill on like Black Bolt and then get revived by Minerva, maybe, or kill Sinister and then get revived. I'm not sure. I don't mind the Sinister, Minerva, Black Bolt, and I don't mind Captain America, Captain Marvel. But I don't think that those two work well as a single solitary team. I mean, this is kind of just some junk you threw in here with a decent sized number. It's not terrible. The ISOs on everybody is technically correct. It's just, you got 2 strikers and 3 healers, nobody putting out vulnerables. So there's not a lot of synergy. I think we can do better. I think you should just break this up and come up with something completely different. The A-Force is looking like a fun offensive war team. You may consider, being you have such a big Captain Marvel, putting her on that team and using it, or throwing her on like a wave 1 or something like that. You could use Captain America with the Secret Avengers in place of Fury to make it more of a timeout team. That's something you can do. Yeah, there's a lot of options here that you could do. I just don't see a great deal of synergy between really any of this stuff. Nothing wasted, no mistakes really made as far as investing in the wrong direction, but you're not getting much out of this. So I'm going to give it a B. I think you just break it up, try something different. Team number 3 is the Uncanny Magic with Doc Ock in here. That's a weird place for Doc Ock. Again, not a lot of synergy with Doc Ock on this team, although if you're going into this team, he's going to have a flip, and I don't know if that's going to play out at the right time for the counters. Maybe. I mean, yeah, maybe. You're certainly not going to take Black Order into this one anymore because Doc Ock could really cause some problems there. So there's a case to be made, but honestly, I think if you're going to replace one of the members in here, replace Cyclops. Cyclops to me is pretty squishy, and his AoE is really dependent on if Phoenix dies, and Phoenix isn't going to die, and Cyclops is kind of low powered compared to the rest of this team. I think Doc Ock is just in here to try and keep magic alive is what it seems to be. I'm not sure. I'm not excited about this team. I think you should put Storm back on it. I think it probably goes to offense for cleaning up like Merc teams or something like that. Yeah, the power levels are too wonky. You did what we all did, and Phoenix is too big, Magic is too small. You're never going to see a second Phoenix with this team. I still haven't. To this day, I've not seen anybody bring out a Magic Phoenix. So, is what it is. Again, you have 3 strikers, no skirmishers at all. Another reason to put Storm back on this team. And probably do a placement change. If you're going to run with this team, definitely do a placement change and put Colossus, then Phoenix, and then probably Cyclops, and then Doc Ock and Magic on the far end, probably. I don't know, a lot of things wrong with it. I mean, honestly, let's put Doc Ock over here on this team or something. Or you could take Captain America and Doc Ock and put him with your SA. for that timeout version, that works really well. It catches a lot of people in a holding pattern, and it's kind of fun when that happens. You see those combat cancels. So I don't like this team. It doesn't excite me, honestly. Let's see, Fortifier on him too. That's a lot. Strikers. I'm gonna give this team a C. I'm really not happy with it. I think get Doc Ock off of here, put Storm back on, change the placement, throw it on offense, get the power levels fixed. A lot of work to do on that team. Team number 4 is the Web Warriors. Let's see, Raiders on everybody, Skirmisher Striker here, that works. This is okay. I actually prefer these guys to the outside, but there's a very good case to make them in the back row, and I like that too. When I first started doing it, I put them in the back row because if they do die, then you've got that gap placement that's really tough, but yeah, it works. I'm gonna give you an A. Team number 5 is the Mercs with Shuri and Ghost. Ghost adds very little value to this team. Shuri, you know, Shuri's got that rework, really works well. If you're gonna run Shuri on the Mercs, put Killmonger on here, man. The Killmonger Shuri Mercs is catching people off guard because Killmonger does so much more damage than he used to. So yeah, get Ghost out of here, put Killmonger in. As far as these ISOs, they're fine. Doing the Skirmisher Striker combo trick with Taskmaster isn't working so much anymore because these Merc minions have fallen off so much. They're so malleable anymore. Malleable? That's not the right word. I don't know. You can bust them up pretty easy, and your Taskmaster isn't all that big, so yeah, going the Korath the Pursuer isn't really a great route because your Taskmaster isn't the one doing tons of damage. Honestly, I think Ghost is a better flex pick for other teams also. So again, it's a case of using the wrong people. I'm okay with these ISOs, but I would like to see Killmonger in here as a Raider, and then possibly change Taskmaster to a Striker if that's the case. Yeah, because Killmonger throws out lots and lots of vulnerables all by himself, and I think that'd be a good way to go. So I'm going to give you a B for this team. It's not horrible, but I'm not impressed. Team number 6. This is something we haven't ever seen before. Throwing in a little bit of Ravagers with the Hydra 1.0 team. I think this is kind of fun. I like it. It provides a little bit of a scary tactic here. Red Skull has 50% damage reduction, so he's not going to be dying right away, but he might actually be a primary target, which will take a while. And then T'Challa Star-Lord doing that energy siphon goodie of his could cause you some problems when you try to counter this team. These guys are, you know, you're not going to want to counter those those Hydra minions because they're going to be reviving a lot. You got lots of heal coming off of Stitcher. I mean, this could be a pretty challenging team. I don't see any problems with it. There's not a ton of synergy other than if you try to kill Red Skull first, Stitcher's probably going to heal him up before you can. So really, you have to go after T'Challa Star-Lord and then maybe Stitcher and then maybe Red Skull. All the while Red Skull's summoning and speeding things up. It's a challenging team, and it's probably that 590 power level is pretty deceiving. Sure, there are counters for it. You could come in with like Hela and Zemo. Something like that to ability block and stun some people and keep the minions from reviving. There's all sorts of stuff you can do. No team is undefeatable, but I like this one, and it forces people to have to use like a Zemo into it to really soak up some of those offensive options for later in the match. So for me, I like this. Skirmisher, Striker, Raider, Striker. This is fine. You've got 2 and 3. It's close enough. I'm going to give you an A+ for this. It's something new. I think it's going to be challenging, and I think this could actually catch some people off guard and maybe even net you a DV or 2. All right, team number 7 is Silver Surfer with Doom and New Warriors and Deathpool and all sorts of crazy damaging stuff. Huge amount of pain coming through with this team. My problem with this is it's too powerful. I think you take Doom off of this team and come up with something else because I would probably Eternals this. I would probably come in with Eternals and Loki so that Cersei goes first and try and nuke this team. Maybe even bring in somebody to ability block Doom, like Eternals and Zemo or something, just to make sure this team goes away. You've put together a lot of power that people are not going to mess around with. They're just going to nuke this team. So unless your intent is to draw in an Eternals, a New War, or Infinity Watch, or something crazy big and powerful, then I say take Doom off of this team, replace him with something simple like Drax, and it makes this very stubborn, very challenging team that you got to go through. So I think it's super powerful, and you haven't wasted anything. You've got the right ISOs on everybody. You've got plenty of vulnerables coming out for all these strikers to work off of. I like Surfer as a Raider doing tons of explosive upfront damage. You've got the placement right. Everything's great here. I just think that you're putting too much into this one. So you might have overshot this one on a bit. I'm still going to give you an A for it, but expect this team to get one shot by something powerful in every war. Team number 8 is the Young Avengers. You've got Miss Marvel out of the corner. You've got America Chavez in the corner. That's a big no-no. Like, probably a good 40% of what America Chavez does is speed up 2 people, and you've got her only speeding up Kate. I don't like that at all. I think all you did was, like, you swapped places with Captain or Miss Marvel and Chavez and forgot what Chavez does on the adjacent. So yeah, let's go with Echo, Chavez, Squirrel Girl, maybe Miss Marvel. There's who cares? Just get Chavez out of the corner and I can give you an A. But for me, this is a B. That's a big no-no you did there with Chavez. Striker on everybody, Skirmisher on her. You put Healer on Squirrel Girl. That's okay, but I like Striker better. So yes, to get a placement swap in there. All right, team number 9 is SA with Fury. Fury's a big no-no. He opens this team up to some pretty sizable speed meta counters. I don't like it. So get rid of Fury. Put in something like Captain America, Doc Ock. You could put in, I don't know what. If you're adjacent to defense down, you might consider like a Coulson in here or something. Somebody fast that will open up. I mean, you could put Vulture in here if you're adjacent to defense down. That way she's getting procced. But yeah, get Fury out of here. That's a big no-no, so that's a B for the team. Otherwise, your ISOs are fine. Your placement's good. Oh, wait. You know what? I kind of want Sam in the corner. Let's get Sam out to the corner someplace. So, yeah, we're going to go with a B for that team still. All right, and it's the Heroes for Hire. This is nothing we haven't seen 100 times before. Placement's fine. We can argue placement all day, but it's good enough for me as long as you got Luke Cage not in the corner. I'll give you an A for that team. Pretty good. So we had some interesting new teams. JKE was trying some different stuff out and seeing what works and what doesn't work, and that's fine. I like to encourage you guys to try that, especially nowadays in war, when war is less and less impactful and more people are paying attention to Crucible. But yeah, this is great. So remember, guys, don't just have a good game, be good to yourselves and others too, and I will catch you next time. Bye.